Welcome back, everyone, to our playthrough of the career mode here in NASCAR Heat 2. So I want to start out the video with a quick rewind. Let's take a look at where we are so far in the standings. And for the Camping World Truck Series, which is where we are full-time right now, we are currently almost 30 points up on second place John Hunter Nemechek. In the standings, we have our 4 wins, which is more than I would prefer to have at this point in the season. But otherwise, I think we're doing really well. I think what will really show this out well is if we come into the scheduling. Let's look at the last few races. We won in Eldora, which was a little weird because I didn't feel like I was running good lap times at all. So I was a little disappointed in how easy that win was. But Kentucky, I thought, was a really good race, particularly in the Xfinity car against the AI. But we came away with a 6, so we didn't run away with that one. We finished 3rd at Iowa, which was a very good race. Gateway, we won. That was way, way too easy at Gateway. But then, a 3rd at Texas, 6th at Dover. So I think a lot of what we're doing to try to even the playing field and put ourselves in a position where we can't dominate and we're just looking for top 5s and top 10s, I think it's working. As always, we'll continue to tweak in any ways that we find that would possibly help us out in the future. But for now, I think things are really going well. Let's take a quick look at what's coming up for us in the Truck Series. Next up will be Pocono, a place where we utterly dominated the first time around in our introductory season. Then Michigan, same thing there. We utterly dominated that race to the point of it not even being fun the first time around there. And then we head to Bristol. Bristol, another place where we had a rather resounding win there as well. So we've got 3 tracks coming up where it's going to be interesting to see how the AI is able to compete with us, given the things that the changes that we've made to both the setup and driving less than a 5-star truck. So we're going to see how all this works out. With that in mind, let's go ahead and hit next race. Now, the next race for us is in the Truck Series. We don't have an Xfinity ride, a hot seat offer coming up now. So let's go ahead and head to Pocono and see how this thing turns out. All right, here we go, folks. We are starting 24th in the field, and I am excited. The reason I'm excited is because we dominated this race, and really dominated isn't even a strong enough term for what happened our first time in the introductory season at this track. Good gracious, guys, we got to go. These guys are going way too slow through there. But yeah, we dominated this race in the introductory season here. We were in a 5-star truck, and okay, you just come right up in front of me there. That's no problem. Right now, I'm just trying to stay out of their way because I'm a good bit faster than them, but they are sort of blocking the entire road for me, and I can't really go very far. So I'm kind of hoping that these guys will give me a little bit of room, like right here. And then also get single file up in front of me, although I'm not sure that's going to happen anytime soon. All right, yep, you're going to not give me room. At least not enough room to do anything with it. All right, let's try to get as many as we can through here. Because this track is quite a bit of fun, particularly in the truck, because it's not flat out, but it's pretty close. Turn 1 is where you're going to be lifting the most. Okay, let's get off the throttle and give them a little bit of room there. Let me check. Lifting off the throttle quite a bit. Alright, so far so good, more or less anyway. As good as it's probably going to be able to be against the AI. Alright, so we're on lap 3 of 8, so we have a pretty short race here. We don't have a whole lot of time to get things done here at Pocono. So I'm not sure how far we're going to be able to get up through the field just because there's just no room. You can see these guys are 2 or 3 wide in front of us. There's just not much room for me to do anything. Having to really force things on the high side. And here we go. This is one of the things they love to do. You can see they just completely ran me into the wall there. And there's nothing I can do about it. all I can do is simply wait until they get off of me and try to carry on with my day. So we're not going to get a dominating win. Oh, good gracious, he's into the wall all on his own there. We're going to make up as many positions as we can in the short amount of time we have. All right, let me try to go to the inside here a little bit since they don't want me to do anything. No, they're not going to let me in down there either. Let's see what we can do on the outside, because I look ahead and I see greener pastures. All right, please don't come over and put me into the wall again. Yep, that's exactly what he just did. Anybody want to know why I'm so frustrated with the AI? There you go. This is exactly the reason. They give me absolutely nothing to work with. All right, so now we've lost all those positions we just worked so terribly hard to get. We're going to try to make some of those back once again for what, like the third time now. I mean, the easy thing to do would just be to come up through here and just run these guys over, spin them out, get them out of the way, all those kind of things. But I really don't have any interest in doing that. I'm trying to race these guys clean. My goal is to run an entire race without touching any of them. I don't want to move them out of the way. I don't want to wreck them. I don't want to do any of that. All right, so we're on lap 5 of 8, so you can see, I mean, our horsepower just isn't getting it done. And we're just getting terribly outrun on the straightaways here. They're kind of beating and banging up in front of us there. All right, so we'll dispose, hopefully, of the 52 car here on the front stretch. Yeah, we got enough of a run. He's coming back on us, but we'll still be able to clear him in turn 1. Assuming, of course, I don't screw anything up too much going through here. Yeah, we got him there. And let's go ahead and get 1 or 2 more if we can. We're running low on laps remaining here. But yeah, this track is a lot of fun, but it's an exercise in frustration with the AI for the reasons that you have very plainly seen in this race. These guys just do not give you a whole lot of room in way too many instances. All right, let's see if we can't get a really good run off this corner and clear the 16. Nope, I don't think we got quite good enough run. He's going to come back on this pretty easy here, I think. Yeah, we're a good bit slower than we were here in our introductory season, which is good. This is what I want. Just wish the AI would cooperate a little bit more with not running us off the track at every possible opportunity. It's not as fun when you're having to pass the same trucks 3 different times because they keep running you off the road. Yeah, you can take that. Actually, you can take that corner, the tunnel turn there, all but wide open. I lifted a lot more than I really needed to there because I'm out of rhythm. I've spent so much of this race just trying to deal with the AI that I'm out of rhythm at this point. Oh, trying to carry all that speed off the corner and tried to carry a little too much, had to back out of it there. We should be able to get it back in the tunnel turn though. As you can see, they're coming back on me now. Ooh, he cleared me and then immediately told me low again. I'm not sure we were ever clear there. All right, we're going to go way high here and try to get a great run off this corner. All right, can we beat him to the line? That's really all that matters here. I think we're going to. Yes, indeed. We got him for 8th. So that felt like a tremendously short race to me. That didn't even feel like 8 laps. But we come home 8th, which I think is nothing short of phenomenal given everything we just went through in that race. But overall, it was fun. You could see they clearly had our number on the straightaways. They could pull us easily, but we had them quite clearly in the corners. So I think had we not had at least 2 different issues with the AI just crushing us into the wall, had we not had that, I think we could have gotten up maybe to the top 5 there, because of course the closer you get to the front of the pack, the more single file it's going to be, and it's going to be a little bit more spread out, so there's much better racing there. That's generally the way it is in real life as well. You hear the commentators talking about it all the time. You hear the drivers talking about it all the time. You get back in the mid-pack and toward the back of the pack, everybody's fighting tooth and nail for literally every position and every inch. You get up to the front of the pack, everybody's a little bit more spread out, and it's not as hard a racing. Now, you're still pushing just as hard on the track, no doubt, but the racing isn't quite as hard for most of the race until you particularly get down to the end. And that's what you find with the AI as well. So that part seems really good. All right, so it looked like we were about 8 seconds, I believe, in my quick reading of the printout there, about 8 seconds off the lead there, which I think we really had a shot at that for at least a top 5 there. All right, so we get our money taken care of. Let's see what our point system is doing. Yeah, we're still up our 24-point lead. We have the 4 wins, which you can see Grant Enfinger is the only other driver that I see that is in the multiple win category with us. All right, let's go ahead and move on and finish out the event. We had, wow, how on earth did we have the fastest lap? That doesn't make any sense at all, because I don't know that we got a clean lap the entire race. Wow, okay, that's pretty surprising. All right, let's head back to the main menu and see what's on tap for us next. You see we missed our top 5 there. All right, here we go. I am not familiar with this team. This is a 5-star team. I'll have to look and see who this is. Oh, I see over to the left, you can see behind the hot seat offer, this is actually the 11 team. Okay, now I know who we're talking about here. We could use your help driving the number 11 car at Iowa this Saturday. Okay, they're at Iowa. Get a top 8 finish, and we might consider working with you in the future. Interesting. Now, first of all, we'll start with the obvious. I have no desire to sign with a 5-star Xfinity team next season for the same reason I didn't sign with a 5-star truck team this season. But a top 8 finish, that should be interesting at Iowa, because Iowa is easily one of my favorite tracks in this game to race against the AI. I love the track anyway, just to drive, because it's a shorter track and it's a lot of fun to drive. You can be really aggressive there. However, against the AI, they give you the bottom groove, but really nothing else. They are very tough to get past, because when you're running the bottom groove in the corners and on the straightaways, it's hard to maintain a lot of speed. So this should be a lot of fun, and I can't wait for that. But of course, that's going to be in our next video. For now, thank you very much for joining me. Hope you enjoyed the racing at Pocono, as frustrating as it was, and stay tuned, as next time we'll be headed to Iowa in Xfinity cars.